Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kimball Hooker Show. We have a special guest today. I'm so excited to have this man. It's been a long time trying to get him on the show. He's a world traveler. He's always on the road. It took a long time to put him on the books, lock him down to a date on the calendar, but we finally got him. I want to introduce here on KCAT, here in Los Gatos, my good friend, a special artist, Mr. Elika Cortez, and his boy, the one that's been kind of keeping track of everything because they go way back, and we're going to talk about that too, Mr. Ric B. How you guys doing?
Good. Awesome. How you doing?
Man,
excited.
We have a whole lot to cover,
yes,
so we're going to have to just kind of lock in and help me to help you talk about your past and where you come from, how you got started, all that. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I was born in Hawaii.
I
was born in Hawaii, yeah. I was raised in San Jose, but I was born in Hawaii. So I guess if you say where I was born, I'm born in Hawaii, but I'm a Bay Area guy.
Okay.
You know, but I'm kama'aina, meaning that I'm from Hawaii. I'm not born in Hawaii.
Not born in Hawaii, but from Hawaii.
That's right.
Okay. And then your childhood?
My childhood was all in San Jose. Most of the time, it was in San Jose. I went to what do you call it, elementary school there. I went to middle school there, and I also went to high school there. And that's when Stevie picked me up right after I finished high school. He was like, I need you to come on the road with me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of talent made him say that? What did he see?
He seen me dance because I was in a group called Quick Style from San Mateo, and I was in a pop locking group. All we did was lock and do all that street dancing back in the day, popping and locking. And the group that I was in was called Quick Style, and KSOL was they actually sponsored our actual dance group at the time. Why are you smiling?
Wait. Because for people that don't know, I already know, but what is KSOL? Talk to me.
KSOL, man, let me tell you something. KSOL, all they played was soul music, straight old soul and
San
funk.
Mateo.
Right. San Mateo, 107.7 FM. San
Marcos
Mateo.
Gutierrez.
Nick Carper, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, remember Nick Carper?
Yeah. And Marcos Gutierrez.
Yes, Marcos Gutierrez.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right, yeah.
So KSOL was the sponsors of our group Quick Style. And we all locked and we popped and we did all that. And they would tell us what artist was actually going to be in the area at that time and have us open up for them. And so happened I had to open up for Stevie. They had us open up for Stevie. And at that time, we had a concert, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in San Jose. And then it was Stevie, Hammer, Cover Girls, an artist named Tolga. And
That's crazy. I didn't even know Tolga was an artist. I thought he just produced Stevie.
He actually was an artist at a small time. There's a small part in his life he actually was an artist.
I didn't know that.
He did produce Stevie too as well. Of course, the whole party.
See, I'm learning too, everybody. You may continue.
And Stevie seen us dance for him and open up for him, and he wanted to actually have some dancers of his own because, of course, Hammer stole the show.
Right.
Hammer straight dances with he'll rap and he moves just as well as his dancers.
Right.
And Stevie, he's like, I need that type of energy on stage, and him seeing us dance was like, I need that to be a part of my show. And he asked to actually be, if we can actually be, his dancers. Not a Latin percussionist. I know I play Latin percussion for him now,
right?
But I started off as a dancer for him for a long time. Yeah,
that's crazy. So what years are we talking about? Time frame?
When I first started with Stevie, I was 87.
80s. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
87. Yeah.
Okay. And then you transition from there. How did you go from that into, say, doing your own thing? Because I know you had your own music career as well too, like B.O.P. Boys of Paradise. I'm familiar with that.
That came a little bit later.
That was a little bit later.
That was a little bit later. Okay. Yeah. So when Stevie wanted to actually do, when I branched off from Stevie and I was I wanted to do my own thing. I let him do his thing. There was one time in Stevie's career when he sort of slowed down, and I sort of like said, you know what? I want to do my own thing. I want my own dancers. I want to sing myself.
Right.
He actually, I was like, you know what? I'm going to break off and do my own thing. So I got with this group. Actually, it wasn't even called Boys of Paradise at the time. It was called The Touch.
The Touch?
It was called Touch.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was called Touch. And there was another lead singer at that time. Rest in peace. That's his name, Steve Ventic. he was our lead singer at the time, and he would take us to studios in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Okay, and we had like songs on our tapes and stuff about, you know, the songs that he actually did, and he wanted us to sing, put our voices to it. And the people in that group at the time was me, Jack, which was another dancer that was from Stevie.
Okay.
Okay, his twin brother Charlie, and then Jeff, which is my cousin Jeff. Okay, he has long straight hair.
All right.
Filipino guy, pretty boy, and he was actually part of the group too as well. And Steve was the lead singer of that group.
/ producer.
Yes, he was / producer. He produced and he wrote and all that stuff. So he's trying to get this group going, and I became part of that group. And the thing is, we were going back and forth to these Las Vegas recording studios, and I hear this one voice in another room blowing.
Like
But
that.
this timeline now is, we're talking about 1990.
1990.
1990.
Okay.
And I was preparing in this studio to take the group I was with was going to go to Hawaii. Well, Steve Vintek, the guy that sings lead
Right.
for his
So it was a
group,
5-piece group?
his group was 5-piece.
Okay.
I was in a band, like a 7-piece band, rehearsing in a different room.
Okay.
But Steve was spearheading both projects.
Oh,
That
got
lead
it.
singer was Steve, rest in peace, was spearheading both projects in 1990.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so next thing you know, he hears me singing in the one rehearsing, and then he leaves and goes. They're about to go rehearse in another room. I guess to try to do some, rehearsing dance,
Yeah.
and they had music tracks already.
Yeah.
So they were going to rehearse to do some showcases.
Right.
And next thing you know, he introduces me to them, and them. And
Okay,
Eric
that's how
and
you
their
guys-
group. That's how we met.
That's how you guys met.
That's how we met.
He wasn't even our lead singer
I
at the
wasn't-
time.
I wasn't
Right.
lead-
That was
he was
Steve.
just a good voice.
Steve was first.
Yeah, Steve was.
Vintek.
Steve.
Okay.
Vintek was the, and then what
original,
happened
yeah.
was before that day, before we went our separate ways, one of the twins approached me, say, "Hey man, can I get your number?" I said,
That was Charlie.
Charlie. I said, yeah, sure. I said, I'll be in Hawaii though. He says, okay, no problem, man, no problem. And so we go our separate ways, and Charlie ends up calling me and says, hey, I know you're doing your thing in Hawaii, but we got a proposition. You think you'd want to be the lead singer of our group? I said, okay, but I'm over here in Hawaii. He said, we'll fly you back and forth just to do some
Yeah, I
demos at
remember
first.
Okay.
The reason why they were able to pull that off is because our first investor was Barry Bonds.
Oh wow!
Remember the baseball
yeah, the
player,
baseball.
Barry Bonds?
So
That's
this
right.
is,
I know.
this is
yeah.
1990, and so they flew me back to do some demos. I was in Hawaii. They flew me back to
Right.
do some demos. We took pictures and all. We wrote some new songs, and then flew me back. And then after that, we made sure when I got back we were already created Boys of Paradise, right? And now we're creating new. Now the guys are hustling. Me and Eric are really. I know I wasn't in the forefront of pushing the act. I was just a singer,
Right.
and but I think doing all the administration is one of the twins,
Charlie.
Charlie. Okay.
and he was lining up auditions and showcases, and we showcased a bunch of places, and he had people show up. Eric and them would do
Sylvia
a lot
Rohn.
of footwork.
Yeah.
They would go and meet people in person,
Right.
because
What
of,
label was this? What you guys dealing with?
We were dealing with nobody at the time.
Oh, at that time. Okay.
At the time, we were trying to land a deal.
Because I know you guys ended up getting signed.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the first time we got signed, I think, was '92 to Pirate Records, right? It was a kind of an independent label.
Indie
Right.
label. Okay.
Indie label.
All right.
And the guy was he was driving around in a Bentley. Whoever this guy was,
Yeah.
Yeah. He has money.
songwriter.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I think so. And so
We were teenagers, man.
Yeah,
we were
we
just
were
teenagers,
Just,
you know?
yeah. Digging
Yeah.
in it.
we
digging
were
in
young.
it.
We didn't know. We always tell each other, had we known the business side and just understanding business,
Right.
totally, just understanding what needs to be done to get to the next level.
Yeah.
I think we could changed a little bit of the outcome and reach some of our goals earlier.
Right.
That's all we
Understand.
can say.
Right. Understand.
You
The
know.
youth gets in the way too, because there's a lot of what you don't know in the way.
We don't
Absolutely.
And
know.
people know that, and they take
don't
advantage
know.
of you
And we
sometimes.
didn't know nothing.
And they know
Yeah.
that too. A lot
we
of the
did
people.
we
Yeah.
did a lot of showcases, and then finally we landed that record deal
With who?
MCA
MCA.
Universal.
With MCA Universal.
'93.
That was in '93. What was the
93.
release off of that?
Shining Star.
Shining Star.
Shining Star.
Remake from the Manhattans, the group.
Does anybody want to give a little bit of that?
Honey, you are my shining star. Don't you go away. Oh, baby. That one.
See? Oh, come on, man. You playing with me now. See, he just tossing them vocals
Told you
around.
he was my vocal coach.
He tossing them vocals around like it's nothing.
I wish I can sing right now for sure. I mean, right now I have like my voice is
He
all.
just had an allergy flare
yeah.
up. I'm trying to cure him a little bit with
that echinacea. Right? Come on, man.
You know, he got me hip on that echinacea.
Right.
He got me hip on that.
Yeah.
I can tell it works because it felt like I was swallowing glass. Oh
That
my
means it's
goodness.
working.
Yes.
No, it was oregano oil extract.
The extract, right,
That
right.
kills it right on the spot.
Yeah, to get
and
rid of the
opens
phlegm.
it up. Yeah, opens it up.
Yeah.
And but you'll hear him on a bunch of he's got a lot of songs on our new release.
Yeah,
the
I have a
run
lot of songs
around.
out.
Refunction. We got a project coming out, and he's one of the that was purposely so we can combine both our vocals.
Oh, okay.
We have a
the
lot
two.
of material where we're both of our vocals. It's like a Silk Sonic project.
Silk Sonic.
Anderson .Paak, Bruno
Ooh,
Mars.
I love Anderson .Paak. Come
So
on.
it's
Oh, he's so talented.
Off the hook. Yeah.
and that's why we're called. Eric came up with it. The reason why we're called Refunction.
Refunction.
Refunction because of course, Ricky was the R, E is Elika,
Right.
and then function.
Right.
You know what I
The
mean?
function.
So,
Function.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we love old school funk.
Yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
And
You know,
we're
it's
a
so
big fan
funny.
of
You
it.
guys talk about the old school funk. You know, I love Bruno Mars. We touched on that, earlier, but it's like not a lot of people touch on the funk, like the original funk. With plucking and
Being
bass
that you're a
slapping
drummer,
and-
you know
we're
exactly.
pocket men.
Yeah, I'm a pocket
We're all
master.
pocket.
I'm a pocket master. That's
Yes.
I live in the pocket. People say, "What is that?" Oh, it's the place where that's where I live. That tempo and that lock in that pocket, that's home for me.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's a universal language between drummers.
Yeah, percussion, drummers.
drummers.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Eric is originally a drummer too.
Yeah.
I started off as a drummer. I didn't play as long as you, but I learned pocket.
Right.
I learned pocket, and the type of pocket I learned from was funkadelic.
Funkadelic,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Parliament, George Clinton, Cameo, Gap Band.
See, yeah,
I mean,
them flams.
it was nothing but
Yeah.
space.
I was shocked when I first met him because he resonated on a musical tip deep where I did. I was like, whoa, this guy. Just the way I'd see him like groove to the songs and his movement, his dancing and his pocket, his neck. I'm like, oh, this guy is
Right,
deep in the
right,
pocket.
right.
And then
I can't. I have to express myself like that.
Yeah, that's self-expression right there.
I have to express myself like that.
he's versatile too, though. Versatile,
Yeah.
and so I think we kind of like. I'm hoping that the music that we create shows the versatility.
Yeah. You know what's so funny? I go to these concerts where you guys are at, or where I see you performing, right? And I'm on the side of the stage. I look. He's on stage with Stevie B, right? And he's just looking all chill, like, yeah, just another day in the park, another walk through the woods, And then next thing I know, right when I hear the keys come in, when them drums slap, man, he becomes a whole nother person. It's like he's a kid in the candy store. He's like Toys R Us. He's like, you would just see him and be like, wait a minute, I just talked to this guy, and now he's like just jumping around and beating the crap out of those congas, the percussion, and all of that. It's amazing to see because you're really giving your full self.
Yes.
100.
Sometimes it's 20,000 people, 15, 20,000 people, and you're loving on every one of those people. You're loving on them, and I love to see that energy.
Thank you so
man.
much. Thank you so much. I mean, I always. All right, so I mean, if you're not going to become part of the music, don't even do it.
Don't even do it.
Don't even do it.
Yeah.
You have to become part of the music.
That's
you
true.
just can't separate yourself from that.
Right.
You need to express yourself, sort of like how Bruce Lee said. You know what I mean?
Like with the water.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You have to truly express yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said we quote each other's. We quote Bruce Lee all the time to
Yeah.
each other. He's actually a martial artist.
Oh,
too,
I know.
big
That's
time.
a whole nother thing
Yeah,
right there. I
but
see him on there training.
I quote it to him all the time.
Yeah.
But one thing for sure, Bruce Lee put like how I took it is, no matter what different arts you take, whatever you learn, and I take that even in music, whatever you
Right.
learn, at the end of the day, are you honestly expressing yourself?
Right.
That's what he said.
Right.
Bruce Lee said, it don't matter what you learn, what you take.
Yeah.
Are you honestly expressing yourself?
Your true self.
That's
your
right.
best self.
And
that's
that-
true. That is true.
And you know who I consider like a musical someone that has that same philosophy is Prince, man.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Rest in power, Prince.
So,
Oh
so
my
would you say
gosh,
he's
you
one of
know.
your inspirations?
100.
He is for sure. Prince,
100.
I can't
Oh,
even
Prince over Mike?
Yeah. Really?
Because of the musical side.
Okay.
Only-
Now,
okay,
now what?
the
Now,
instrumental.
Michael's bad now.
Michael's presence on stage is like unmatched. You know, his presence.
Okay.
But when you now you're talking about organic, no sequence, no program, creating the music, all the music, and then go on stage and perform it, create the image, have the energy,
Yeah.
solo play each instrument at all
Yeah.
at a high level, not
Yeah.
just average.
Bruno's almost there. Not like that though.
Not like and Bruno gives homage to Prince
Yeah,
and
he
all
does.
that.
Yeah, he
So
does.
that's all cool.
Yeah.
But Prince
Wow.
has to be like, whoa.
As
That's
a matter
great.
of fact, in our song "Nasty Funk," that's what the song is about. It's about paying homage.
Right. What are some of the best places that you can remember traveling?
Brazil, Germany. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to one of your assistants here.
Right.
I've been to Germany, Frankfurt, Germany. Of course, Hawaii.
Right,
being
home.
that it's my home.
Right.
You know, Samoa was. We had a great time in Samoa.
They
Right.
pulled out the
Samoa
red
was
carpet
nice.
for us.
Right. They
Yeah.
treat you like kings.
Oh.
They did. They loved
Yeah.
us. They named a day after us.
We have actually have a day in even in Hawaii we have our own day.
Really?
Yeah, we have the key
They
to
gave us key to
Key to the city.
on-
key to
on
the city. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Supposedly we can go to the Polynesian Culture Center.
I did
anytime we
already.
want. Yeah, I
Yeah.
need to.
I
Yeah.
did already. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. Fellas, okay, look, we're gonna take a short break. I'm Kimball Hooker with my two special guests here in Los Gatos. We'll be right back.
Thank you to the City of Montessorino for their continued support of KCAT Public Media. The City of Montessorino has enabled KCAT to inspire, educate, entertain, and inform our community through the magic of television and digital media for over 38 years. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kimball Hooker Show. We're here in Los Gatos, California. I'm your host, doing the most. I'm Kimball Hooker with my very special guest. We're going to continue this side B to the same interview with my very special guest, Mr. Elika Cortez, and his musical partner, Ric B. All right, man. Listen, we got to pick up where we left off. Talk to me about like some of the best places. I know you guys played all over the place, like not just like Germany, you mentioned that. You mentioned Brazil, right? Talk to me about like Arsenio Hall.
Oh, man.
That was big.
That was very, very big. Now, Arsenio Hall, there is no, you got to go on and they make sure that you're not lip syncing for real. And they have cameras panning around you and all that stuff. Arsenio Hall was pretty much a great experience.
Okay.
I notified all my family and friends we're going to be on Arsenio Hall tonight and all this stuff, and they're all waiting. I have to admit, that was probably the only time I had a little bit of butterflies.
I know you did.
Because at that time, Arsenio was like the biggest thing happening since sliced bread.
Right,
You know,
at that
Arsenio
time,
Hall.
for sure.
At that time, yeah.
Absolutely.
So we went on and we sang Love and Emotion, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, with Stevie B. So I let my hair down. What made me really, really mad though was I always pull my hair back every time I perform, because when I lock, you know, I whip my head to the side and stuff.
Right.
You know, and I like my head to be really, really tight. I don't want nothing going in my face.
Right.
Because at that time my hair was like down to my butt.
Oh wow.
Right. So he's like, "Hey, lay your hair down." I'm like, "I don't want to lay my hair down. It's gonna mess me up when I dance. It's gonna get in my eyes. It's gonna stick to my sweat.
Yeah.
All that." He goes, "Nah, man, just lay it down. Lay it down for once." I'm like, "Oh." So I laid it down. So if you see anyone up there looking like a dancing mop, that's me.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. But you know it's me because when the camera pulled to the side, I gave it one of these.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We can see your face.
And I didn't even skip a beat. I just kept on dancing. Yeah, I made it part of the move. I said, shh.
Man,
Started dancing.
You know what I love about you, man? You get on that stage and it's like you just light up, and it's like you become what people really, really want to see, and it's really you. You're your authentic self. And people don't look at you as like, yeah, it's just for camera. Nah, that's him. trust me. I'm looking at the camera right now. That's him. If you go see him perform live, that's him. It's all the way live.
Hey,
Yeah, old school funk.
You know, it's funny that you say that, and you know that sort of tickles me that you say that, because I don't know what you know, when I'm on stage, it's like I just do what I do. But when I hear someone from the outside look in, it's like, wow, it's like you haven't changed. It's just you on stage, and it's you off stage. It's like you know what? The thing is, I've had people come up to me and say, you have some type of energy about you.
Oh, you do, 100%. It's like I go to a show, I go to see him play with Stevie B, right? He's up there playing percussion, he's up there in the corner. It's like there's like a whole nother show with the show.
Wow.
It's a whole nother show.
Wow.
Because you're doing your own thing. Just looking at you is just as captivating as looking at the whole show.
Wow.
You don't even know that.
No, I don't.
No, I know you don't. But I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm his friend and his fan. You don't even know that, but I'm sharing it with him right now. I'm his fan too. I'm a fan of anyone who is their authentic self. I believe in, like what you said, that real. Are you your real self-expression? If you're not, you still got work to do. You know, and we're all constantly, I would say, working on ourselves. I would say that. However, you know, when you're really your best self, it's like when you feel like you become one with what you're trying to express.
Yes.
And you don't feel like, you know, I really want to, I'm searching for this or I'm searching for that. You just feel, it seems like it's just a nice even flow with you. The flow is just there and I can see it.
You see, when I'm on stage, I want people to feel what I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I always go live.
Yeah.
So you see me and I'm with my congas, my rig, but I also have a tripod next to me and I go live because I want people to see what we see on stage as recording artists.
Right.
Everyone's so used to being in the audience and looking at us. I want them to feel what it feels like to be a recording artist, you know, behind something, you know, and performing. And the funny thing is when people message me, they're like, wow, it really, really feels that I'm there. You know, you took me backstage, you took me in the dressing room, you actually introduced, you know, TKA or the Cover Girls to us live.
People like that, man. People like that.
Yeah.
That's there's nothing more that they're looking for is what is it like back there, right? They spent money to come see you. They took time off of their job. They took their wife, their boyfriend, their husband, whatever. And they take this time to come see you and they want to know more than just sitting in a chair looking at you. They want to know more.
Right.
And you give it to them.
You know, the funny thing, you said that though. One of the guys from backstage, I won't mention his name, but he works for one of the promoters that hosts. I won't mention any names, you know, because I go to all the arenas and I always go live.
Right.
Okay. But it was a compliment, but it was like, is it really affecting their ticket sales? Because he, as we passed each other, he goes, hey, he knew me, and he sort of like laughed underneath his how he expressed himself.
Right.
He's like, hey, you're the reason why we're not getting any ticket sales, huh? Like that, right? And I started laughing. He goes, man, every time you go live, you know what I mean? Everyone wants to go and see what's going on, you know? So they got used to that, you know, because they pay like $90, $169, whatever have you. But I give them more than that. You know, I give them more than that. I let them see what it's like to be off stage. I like them see what it's like to be on stage when it comes to sound check, when it comes to actually performing.
Right.
You know, I want them to feel what I feel.
Right.
Even when I perform in front of people, I want them to grasp the energy that I throw at them. Because when they show me the energy back, you already know as a performer, I'm gonna shoot it right back at you harder now.
Right.
You know. So.
By the way, that guy, he was serious. He was serious. There's a little slight boom, little jab in there.
I mean, I didn't mean to. This had nothing to do with like ticket sales. It's like I want people to. It's not all. Even though it is about the money to these recording artists.
Of course, right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't about the money. You know, I wanted to express myself fully and be genuine about everything I do.
Right. That's true.
That's what I wanted to do. You know.
Talk to me about Soul Train, man. Come on.
Oh man,
that's the one I want to know right there.
Yeah.
That's legacy. That's history. I mean, Don Cornelius. I mean, everybody knows that. That's like one of the longest running shows in music history.
Oh man, that right there was sort of intimidating. As a matter of fact, me and Rick, you know, as Boys of Paradise, we were on Soul Train. Now, when you walk into Soul Train, it's definitely, of course, it's not as big as you think it is. You know, it's actually smaller.
The structure
was smaller. And the actual host of that show, of course, wasn't Don Cornelius at the time. It was a woman.
It was the tail end. This is 1994, between 94 and 95 when we got on Soul Train. And I think when I looked up the history of Soul Train, it only lasted until shortly. I think 98. Cornelius was already getting sick or something.
It has to do with his health,
right? So his health was kind of limited. Okay, but at the time though, you're talking about like you said 90 what?
94.
94. Yeah. Okay, and you guys interviewed at what year?
For the Soul Train?
For Soul Train.
94.
94.
94.
Okay. And who was the host?
94, 95.
And who was the host?
It was a female.
lady, Phyllis Simon, maybe
Something like that. Yeah. It's if you look at Boys of Paradise, Soul Train, you know, it'll pop up. You know,
Right.
I know. I put it up a few times.
Right.
I wish we could put it up right here. It's actually really, really cool.
Right.
But it's actually a good. It was actually a great show. We had a great time, and they sort of had that little interview at the end when they're like, "Oh, so who made the name up Boys of Paradise?" You know, she comes up and she interviews everyone.
Right.
You know, it was a pretty good experience. And walking off that show, Soul Train, after we did it, I'm like, I remember being a little kid, and I used to look up to Soul Train, and like one of these days, I'm like, I would have never thought of being on Soul Train. You know.
Who was the other artist that opened? I mean, that was the main artist with us.
That
He
opened
had a
up
big release. He had a big single
before
hit.
us.
Yeah,
That was on
at
Soul Train.
Soul Train, yeah.
I don't remember. There was an artist before us that was on, but I don't remember.
Now I got a question because everybody want to know, and I do too. That's not live, or is that live?
Soul Train?
Yes.
Soul Train is not live.
It's not live.
It's not live.
None of that's
okay,
live.
so that's
Yeah.
pre-recorded.
That's
It's
pre-recorded.
pre-recorded, and I came in. My mind was when I sing live, I kind of have I ad lib. I don't
right.
sing it like the record. I mean, certain parts I just go. You go with your feel.
What you feel?
So I had to like at the last second because I didn't know we were going to. For me, I didn't pay attention that we were going to Soul Train.
You didn't know you was going to Soul Train?
I didn't know we were going to Soul
Where'd you
Train.
think you was going?
I was. Where we going next? There were so many different
There's so many
places
things that we were doing. Just
we
Soul Train was part of the
We just
schedule.
We just jumped into a shuttle and we're heading to another place. I said, okay. For me, it was like going to be routine.
Okay.
But then
I see.
I'm used to singing these places live, and they said you're gonna lip sync. I had to like press the. I had to listen to
I'm
the
not used to lip
recording.
syncing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So we can make sure I'm
So-
singing the right ad lib.
Oh wow! So they had to
Yeah.
go back and edit that then, because you're not really singing live. So they had to match up your
Oh
words.
no, they only took us one time.
Oh,
It
just
was
one take.
It was a one take. So they're just gonna have the
And where
different
was
cameras.
it?
It was in LA.
It was in LA.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
Soul Train was a great experience, though. It really, really was. One of my other friends, rest in power, his name's Shabadoo, was actually a original Soul Train dancer.
Okay.
Yeah, he goes by the name Ozone in the movie Breaking.
I know who that is.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
So he passed away. We actually connected not on other levels. We connected on many levels. But when he found out that I was on Soul Train, and I already knew he was on Soul Train because of all the, past episodes when he's going down the Soul Train line and he's locking.
Right.
I was like, when he found out that I was on Soul Train, I was like, wow, I knew I loved you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
knew I loved you. So rest in peace, Shabadoo. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
That's a
yeah.
great connection to have, man, for sure. I know you guys also was it Apollo?
Apollo Theater. That right there was hard. We were very intimidated going on Apollo Theater because they will show you if they don't like you, and they will show you if they like you.
Now is that pre-recorded or is that live?
That was actually live.
That was live.
That was live.
Ooh, that
was
okay.
live.
Now who was you on there with?
I was on the Apollo Theater with Stevie B.
How was that?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. The funny thing is, we didn't know that we were going to we didn't know that we were going to turn the place out like we did. Everyone stood up out their seats and started clapping. We're like,
Really?
really? I'm like, these people love us? You get this African American and everyone else behind him, backing him, are all Asian.
Right.
In the Apollo
It's a
Theater.
different look.
That's a different look. They're like,
Yeah.
but when we first went out, we didn't know what to expect because it was silent, man. When we first went on stage, you're like, ooh, how are we going to win these guys over?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How are we
Yeah.
going to win these guys over? We won them over. They didn't know that these Asian guys were like,
And the whole crowd was African American
yes,
at that
every
time.
single one.
And that what year was that?
Whew. Apollo Theater had to be like 88 maybe.
Okay, that was in the 80s.
Yeah,
Late 80s.
Late 80s. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's, when I think about that, it's like that was so ahead. You guys were so ahead of your time at that time, because you got to remember, we didn't have social media.
No.
There was no, Facebook. There was no, anything online.
We didn't even have camera phones. Nothing
Everything's
like that.
cassette. I remember CDs wasn't even out, I don't think. And
No.
I don't even think
There's no
CDs.
tapes.
Yeah,
Vinyl.
vinyl.
That's
And
right.
that's all we had.
That's right.
So to get to that level at that time with that music, it's like freestyle itself was kind of it hadn't been around that long. 'Cause,
Right.
who were some of the earlier people, like the Lisas, the Stevie B's,
Lisas.
Noel?
Noel, CoverGirl, Sweet Sensation. There's a whole bunch of artists that, from the Pajama Party. There's a lot of artists. Shannon.
Oh, right,
You know,
right,
yeah, Shannon.
right.
You know, there's Freedom Williams had that big hit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
from CNC Music
CNC
Factory.
Music Factory, yeah.
You know, a lot of people that we were on the road with. It was just a great experience, and we still go on the road with them. And the funny thing is, we all remember each other as teenagers, and we're still in the game. You know, we're still in the game. You know, so it's just a good experience knowing that these are all your work partners, and we just have a good time on stage.
I know you guys performed at the old famous Studio 47.
Oh my goodness, that's like home, man.
That's home, huh?
Yeah, Radical Rich, yes, for sure.
Oh,
Richard
you said
Sanchez.
Radical Rich.
Yeah, Richard Sanchez. We actually talked maybe like a few months ago, and this is before the San Jose show. We had a San Jose show at Music in the Park in downtown San Jose. That was a great show. But Studio 47 was cool because half of it was like 18-year-olds.
Right.
The other half was 21-year-olds.
Yeah, it was split. It was split. Yeah, I remember
I never
that.
seen a club like that
Me
before.
neither. Not at
You
that
know,
time, man.
No alcohol over here,
Right,
you know.
right.
I knew some of the bouncers there too. But it was, we performed there way more than at least, we probably performed there probably like 50, 60 times, man.
Easy.
I can't even count how many times we performed there.
That's so funny, man. I was sitting in the crowd watching. I'm just like, dang, man, I sure would let it get up there and do a little something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But I admired you guys so much because I was like, you know what? This is the beginning of something special.
Yeah.
I knew it. I could tell.
Yeah.
Just everything. Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. But there was Classified Records. They had so many different little spring offs upstairs
Records,
you know, Spanish Fly.
Yeah.
There were so many different little things going on, and I'm like, there's something going on with this. It was like it felt like a different type of Motown was trying to kick, trying to start. It felt like that, like Detroit. They had a sound, and I was like, but what is it doing? What's happening?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I kept trying to put my finger on it. I could see the bigger artists, but then I saw these other artists because at that time freestyle it hadn't been around like 40 years, 50 years. It was still new.
Yeah, and it wasn't even called freestyle back in the day. It was high energy.
I remember that.
Yeah.
See, that's old school.
High energy. We already know we're right here.
Yeah.
You know, funny thing is when it changed the name, I was thinking to myself, who changed that name? I'm so used to calling it high energy. Who changed it to
that's
freestyle?
right.
I like high energy.
High energy, because that's what it is.
Right?
Yeah. Because that's exactly what it is. So talk to me a little bit more about like the cruise ship, man. I want to know more about that. That's
cruise ship. It was cool. I think the very first time I went on a cruise ship and performed was, I think if I'm not mistaken, 2023. And I've probably been on maybe like 4 or 5 of them right now.
Okay.
It's great performing on a cruise ship. And it was the very first time it blown me away because when you're on old school cruises or Super Legends cruise, they make sure that you really, really are surrounded by people of your peers, people that look at the same music, hear the same music, that are there for a reason. And the reason why they invite artists like us is because it's their chance to actually mingle with us normally, like normal people.
Right.
You know, eat with us in the buffet and chill and talk with us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm a people person, so I'm like the first person that'll say, you know what? You don't have to take a picture with me. Can I take a picture with you?
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
I'm that type of person that go out and I'll take a picture with everyone because I love people. So the cruise ship for me was really, really cool because I'm out there and I'm meeting and greeting people, and I just love people, and I think that's probably the reason why Jason Jacobs, probably he's the owner of the Super Legends cruise, invited me on this last cruise, which was 2 weeks ago. You know, he's like, I love the energy you bring.
Right.
I love the energy you bring. And I was blown away that he invited me on there as just like a special guest, chilling out with everybody, I guess. You know what I mean? Because it was just a cool experience. As for like, what is it like performing? They're very, very tight. They're very, very professional in everything they do. You know, sound check is different though because you can't do everything. Everyone's on there and they're listening to you sound check. They're tanning. They're out there, you know, because when you sound check, it's out on the deck.
Oh yeah, so you can't get around like it being a secret or trying to hide your sound.
No,
like
it's there.
That. They see you the way you're dressed, how you look.
Everything in the raw.
Everything is
right there, which is fine. Everyone's on vacation. It's work for us, but it's vacation too. So, see, you can tell my voice is all messed up, huh? Yeah. But the cruise ships, I advise anyone, even looking at this this podcast interview, is to go on Super Legends cruise or the old school cruises, man, because Those are the deal, man.
And they
for
take
sure.
care of you.
They definitely take care of you for sure.
Yeah.
And if you're into like old school, and if you're into like music, and just chilling out and just having the best time of your life, I swear, I advise you to go on one of those cruises.
Elika, where can you be found, my brother?
Let's see. Facebook, Elika J Cortez. Okay. My TikTok is Elika J Cortez. My Instagram, it's a little weird. It's the number 1, the little N, not the capital N, 1 N, and then the number 10, and then the little C, like ABC, the little C, number 4, and then U.
Why do you do all of that, man?
I don't know. I don't know why I did that, but it's called 1 Intense for you.
1 Intense for you?
Yeah.
See, that's the creativity. That's the
1
art side
Intense
of it.
for you.
1 Intense for you.
Yeah, I might change it, but for now, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
You
But
know?
that's where you can be found.
Yeah.
Ricky B, where can you be found?
Could be you can just Google Ric Bass, RICBAS. Bunch of stuff will pop up. It'll be on Spotify and all the mainstreams. And then of course if you Google Boys of Paradise, BOYZ of Paradise with a Z, that's also where I could be found.
All right, one more last thing before we wrap this thing up.
Sorry, one more. Refunction.
Refunction.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
I want to
both
talk
of
about.
us. There
you go, right here. I bring the funk.
Talk to me about the new record you guys just released. That's where we at.
Man, where do we start?
I mean, I want to know, like, what was the inspiration behind it?
Paying tribute to some of the legends that inspired us all. You as a drummer, of course, you like Cameo, Gap Band. I mean, him as a bass player too.
That particular song is rooted from Cameo.
Yeah,
it is.
But also I wanted to bridge the gap of what Bruno was doing. So it's bridging Cameo with Bruno Mars and merging the two.
Right.
Hopefully bringing out both sides to cross over to at least 25% of Bruno Mars's people and then the people that we want to pay homage to.
That's right.
That's
Refunction.
Refunction. That's a great tribute, man. So you guys plan to take this on the road, or what's the plans for this?
Oh yeah.
That is the plan.
That is the plan.
I want people to realize when they hear that song, if they hear a little bit of Cameo, Confunction, Gap Band, Prince, Bruno Mars, we did that for a reason, because we want to pay homage to all these people that inspired us, including Bruno at the end. If you listen to the whole thing all the way to the end, I'm not sure if you did. I
heard all of that.
Yeah.
Lakeside, all of that, man.
Oh yeah, and they're good in concert, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
But I mean, it's me paying tribute. It's both of us paying tribute to the old school Funketeers.
Yeah.
It's an avenue to open the door to what we express, how we express and feel music. And we're just not going to stop. But we've got a lot of music to come out.
Got it. Now is this going to be live or track? Funk gotta be live.
When we do a concert, it's going to be live as much as, of course.
Live.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the funk thing, is that like kind of separate from the BOP?
Yes, in a way. I mean, even though if you do listen to BOP, we wasn't really involved in the production side of it. But Derek Allen and also Andre Fisher, they have a lot of old school roots. That's why that Boys of Paradise album has that old school formula in it.
Okay.
It just happened to be like that. But our roots is also from that as well. So now that we're branching off, it's just more of a window expressing how we feel music.
Okay, got it.
And as for the Refunction, the Nasty Funk song, we felt that a lot of people take from funk, but they never give back, and they never give their back.
That is true. You said it. That is true.
They take from the funk, and they don't feel. I feel like they're not even paying homage. It's like, throw these guys a bone. You get inspired by all these guys.
Yeah.
Throw them a bone.
Yes.
We live the funk.
Sly and the Family Stone. I mean, it's so many to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Confunction.
For sure.
I mean, and the Bay is home to all of those. A lot of those acts too.
Yeah, though I have, if we search deep enough, there are some groups that have tapped into certain parts of. There's different type of formulas of funk.
True.
Right.
That is
so
true.
I've heard similar. Just like when Bruno has that song. It's your birthday.
Right.
They put perm in that attitude. That's like from James Brown funk.
Right. It's different. You're right. There's different flavors of the funk.
And
You got
then
Ohio players.
then
It's so many.
You played Ice. Was that Ice Cube?
Well, Ice Cube, he likes guys like Funkadelic in Parliament too.
And so You played
That's
one of those.
he's
And-
West Coast.
Yeah, he's West Coast,
Yeah,
and he's
West Coast.
older too, so he's from the
Yeah.
old school funk.
And he put an album out, and we can hear the
You can hear
elements.
the influence in there, the
Yeah.
elements in there. Yeah,
I love that guy, man.
Is there
He's
anything
good.
else you guys want to add to this, man? I've tried to touch on it so much. I mean, we're kind of out of time, but I'm
Yeah, I
just,
know,
I'm just
I feel
loving
you.
the hangout right
No,
now.
for sure, for sure.
What else did you guys want to add to this that I didn't tap on? Touch on.
Pretty much stay tuned for more. I mean, we got Refunction coming. I mean, right now it's on all the platforms right now. We're actually working on a video. We have the lyric video that's out right now.
Okay.
So, but we actually want to do an actual video, and we really want to concentrate on that because this. If you listen to the song, it's very visual. I want to have my old school lockers on there. I would love for him to actually straight out
And actually
play
play.
some real good bass.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I really want it to be really, really organic, but I want that music video to pop. So I think right now we're probably going to be concentrating on the video next.
Okay.
But Refunction, that's it right now.
That's what's up.
That's what's up right now. Is
That's
Refunction.
what's up, man. I'm so happy you guys came down, man. You just made my day. This is one of the best interviews I've had here on the Kimball Hooker Show here in Los Gatos. My special guest, Elika Cortez, and his special writing partner, singer, songwriter, musician extraordinaire, Mr. Ric B. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
You just heard the Kimball Hooker Show here on KCAT Radio. Explore all our KCAT original programming at kcat.org/radio.